Welcome back to the Gridiron Goons. I'm your host, Brandon. I'm with the preacher.
What up?
I'm with the Sean.
Hello.
You know, we're back here this week. Hiatus is over. We're loving it.
Yeah, man.
We got the preacher man back. Last week, we had Whiskey Nick from the very successful podcast, Keeping It Down with Whiskey Nick. It was great to have him here. He did a good job filling in for preacher. But is there really a replacement for the preacher man?
Mm-mm.
We love Whiskey Nick to death around here.
We do.
But there's no replacing the preacher
That's
man.
right.
Anyway, preacher, how is it being a dad?
Dude, it is the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life. It's been a great couple weeks. Boys are doing good. They're healthy. They're slowly getting better with feeding and stuff. But we got a long road in front of us. But, man, all I can ask for is healthy, happy babies. And, well,
Yes.
they're healthy. They're a little happy. Unless if, like they're hungry. Then they're like, let's get food,
I get that.
But everybody gets a little hangry. Let's get real.
Some people say that road is 18 years long. Some people say it's until you kick the bucket. It's all about how you are.
Yeah, man.
I know I've been on my journey for 5 years now.
It's
with
been
my
5 years
son.
now?
Yeah, he just
Dude.
turned 5 a couple weeks ago. And I'll tell you, man, there's them good days, them bad days, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
And, Sean, you got anything to say?
No, it's the best job in the world being a dad.
It really is.
It's awesome.
I
You're
got
gonna enjoy it very much.
Dude, I can't wait.
Yeah, I got to take my son to a Monster Jam. It was the weekend after his birthday, so it was kind of like a double whammy.
Yeah.
He enjoyed it. He lost his attention span a little bit, but for the most part, he was pretty good.
He is 5. I mean,
Yeah, so it was awesome. We got to see tires pop off and shit. It was awesome.
that's awesome.
Anyway, enough of the dad talk because we don't get too sappy around in this bitch.
No, man, we got a lot of news, dude.
Shit ton of news, buddy.
New
And it's
league-
only gonna get worse next week.
new league year is happening here officially next week, but we're
Monday,
kind of I believe it's next Monday. But
Yes.
we're in that tamper period, which if we're gonna have tampering periods, we might as well just start the league year today, I guess.
Agreed.
Because everything started popping off literally yesterday and today. So, first off, Saquon Barkley. Guy is getting an extension. He's getting paid.
well-deserved.
Well deserved. I mean, can we talk about, first off, before we get into the numbers, the fact that Saquon left New York, went to Philadelphia, and literally revived his whole career
Yeah.
just by moving out of MetLife turf.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't get out of there fast enough.
Yeah.
I called that.
Oh, yeah, you did actually.
I did.
Well,
And it's gonna reset the running back market.
Which is great because they deserve to get paid more.
yeah,
And, we have this thing that we should only be paying quarterbacks. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
well, I mean, they are the star
They are.
show.
If you have a great team but a bad quarterback, you'll never win a Super Bowl. That's just how it is in this league. This is a quarterback-driven league.
I mean, I think even a couple years ago we were talking about the exit of running backs, especially in fantasy last couple of years. But man, this year turned it around. Saquon Barkley, it's like a 50. They say 41, but including what he was getting, were $20 million, 20 and a half basically a year. $36 million guaranteed in this contract. 15 available in incentives. So he's getting paid.
Yeah.
He's happy. And then we might as well just stay in Philadelphia.
Stay in Philly.
Yeah.
They were knocking down light poles.
Zach Ball.
Even the greased ones.
Yeah. They're going to be knocking over poles after this one. Zach Bond, 3-year, $51 million contract. Another 51, popping 50 burgers.
Hey, man, they
jeez,
got
dude.
it.
Dude, nothing but 50 burgers.
50
Fuck it, we
burgers,
ball.
dude. I mean, come on, you might as well just pay him if you got him, you know.
I get it.
So that's a 3-year contract, $51 million, 34 guaranteed, and additional like $1.5 million, or I believe it was 15, or I can't remember.
I mean,
exactly.
when you have a team like the Eagles did last year, you don't want to let one piece of that go.
Yeah.
And everybody's young. Harper, what are we yelling at for, huh?
Because my foot went next to her bone.
Anyway, that's resource guarding.
What's up with these A.J. Brown trade rumors?
There is a shit ton of A.J. Brown trade rumors.
We'll get to that later.
We will get to that
We
later.
got to get to that later. Because later on, we're going to talk about where people are going, trade rumors, and all that stuff. So, I mean...
Is there anybody you're hoping that goes to the...
We'll get to that later.
Oh, okay.
We gotta keep them thinking and waiting. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. Let's go to the land of Las Vegas.
I'm listening.
We're not.
I'm moving my unsponsored Taco
Yeah.
Bell cup.
Yeah. We're also not sponsored by
Preach.
Celsius either. So.
I don't know why we're shouting these people. Fuck it. We ball. That's what we do. around
Listen,
here.
NOS, Celsius, if you want to sponsor this podcast,
Especially Nas.
come on. Send the Gridiron Goons a nice Facebook or TikTok message, and we'll get in contact. Man.
Dude, I smack a cap can of Nas every day.
I-
Unsponsored.
And
I
roller
smack-
dog.
I love a good roller dog, bro.
Yeah, you love roller dogs. Let's go to Las Vegas. Mad Max Crosby.
Yes.
A $106 million contract extension that includes $91 million guaranteed. Big fat check.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Making him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL history.
Defensively or just
Defensively.
in general?
Right.
Okay. All right. I didn't know. Damn. Take it easy.
Well, I mean, I would assume that's what the sources say.
Anyway,
So,
in my opinion, Mad Max is the best edge in the league. I like him better than TJ. I like him better than Miles.
Whoa.
And it's because he's
Whoa.
out there every single play. And I respect that.
Okay.
I respect the hell out of Mad Max.
well, let's go even farther to the West Coast.
Even farther.
Even farther. The Rams.
Ugh.
Sam.
Come on now.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Wrong guy.
Shitter.
Oh, listen, guys. I'm a little rusty.
Rusty.
Matthew Stafford signing an extension with the Rams. Not like fully I don't think they've stated yet what the actual
Not till
terms were.
Monday.
No, but they also know that he wants 50 mil. So you got to assume it's close.
Close enough. So this kind of like makes a whole lot of dominoes start to fall in the quarterback realm for free agency.
Yep.
And or who do you keep your guys? You go get somebody in the draft. We'll talk about that in a little bit from now.
Will we, though?
We do, because
okay.
there are some guys that
Sign me up.
we're gonna have to talk about. So, but congrats to him getting that bag. Assuming he's gonna get that bag.
Yeah.
Let's start with some trades.
Ooh, I know what one you're going to talk about first.
Trades.
Guaranteed.
Debo.
That is the one. Sean,
Sean.
before you say something, I have the quote said by Debo Samuel himself. I would like to play for a proven quarterback. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel fine. I think
That's a kick in the teeth.
it is, but I think Brock's proven. I think Debo's just a little upset.
Why? Because he can't not get injured during a season?
That never plays in big games, drops the balls, cannot run a route for nothing.
That he lines up in the backfield like he's something special and can't get past the line of scrimmage?
Yep.
Okay.
Good riddance, man.
I agree.
Thank you for everything you did. But
Up until that last part, like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna lie, man. I said Debo was washed all season long, right? There was no love lost between me and Debo, right? But then that's the quote you're gonna give?
yeah.
First of all, Purdy has at least been to a Super Bowl.
Yes.
but he wants to go play for a proven quarterback. You talking the rookie that had 1 year success? Not shitting on Jaden Daniels. You guys know I love Jaden Daniels. But if you want to talk proven, Purdy is way more proven than Daniels is. So I think it was just sending shots down range just to do it. And that was a bitch move. I'll be honest.
That's Debo though. I mean that's what he does, dude. I think have fun in Washington, man. Commander fans. Get used to seeing them about 10 games a year.
And
sit out every big game.
And here's the thing too is preach. I've said I think Debo's washed, right? But Debo's game is screenplays, end arounds. They loved running that shit. So he might go to Washington and revitalize his career. Because you could tell from this season, the Niners were kind of changing the offense up a little bit, and he wasn't able to do what he was doing the year prior when they went to the Super Bowl. So, is this what he need? Is a change of scenery? Well, if so, good for you.
He's going to the perfect offense coordinator in Cliff Kingsbury.
Absolutely.
That's what Cliff does. He does bubble. Any type of screening you think of, he runs it in his offense.
So, in theory, correct me if I'm wrong, Preach, Debo is boom or bust for next season. What do you think?
I think it's either going to be either or. I think he's going to have a boom year, to be honest with you. If you look at the San Francisco 49ers, I would say past 2 years. Obviously, this past year with all the injuries and stuff.
Kind of a fluke, yeah.
But Debo, I feel like the more and more San Francisco, more towards this year with as many people that were playing, you brought in Ricky Pearsall, your wide receiver room is getting more crowded. I've seen this in Green Bay. Green Bay has, we're going to talk about it later, but Green Bay has an identity problem on who their number one is.
Yeah.
And I look at this for Debo. He's going to be able to go to, I know Scary Terry's there.
I don't think Debo will be the one.
Right. But can they move him into a two position where he's going to be utilized in that second role? Because right now, okay, you could say he was number one with the 49ers, right?
I wouldn't, but you could.
You could.
You could.
Or you could say he's a number two. And there wasn't a clear cut. Is he one? Is he getting one numbers? Is he getting two numbers? Because if Kingsbury can plan on he's a two, right? We're going to design plays to our number two that suit our number two player. I think he's going to have a better year.
Yeah.
If they still play him as, is he a one, is he two, then probably more towards a bust. But right now, I think definitely.
Just don't make the routes complicated.
No love lost between Debo and Sean. Right. One more thing about Debo before we move on.
Yeah.
Just to bring our fantasy league back into it, because we didn't really talk too much about it last week. There was a trade involving Debo.
Yeah, that is very true.
Gil and Terry had made a trade for Debo. And I think it's pretty fair, personally. Terry sent over a 4th round pick for Debo, kind of a smack in the face, but you gotta wake somebody up, right? Gotta get their attention. And then Gil sent back, give me your 1st round pick, the 1-4 for Debo. Terry said, nah, you know what? I'll give you my 2. He took it. So a 2nd round pick, I believe it was the 2-7. Anyway, it was a mid-2nd round pick for Debo Samuel. And if you're a guy that believes in Debo, that's a great, great trade for you. If you're somebody that's in the middle, he might go good, he might go bad. I believe that it's pretty fair. But if you think that Debo is completely washed, it doesn't matter where he goes, he's going to be ass, you're going to say Gil made out like a baby.
Is that what you think?
No, and it's because of Kingsbury. I think that he can design enough plays to get Debo moving, because the only time I can say without a doubt Debo isn't washed is when they get the ball in his hands early and let him make the play. If he has to go out there, find space, it's not going to happen. If space is created for him, he's lights out. That's why as a kick returner, he's so good. Simple as that. But anyway.
Anyway, let's take a flight.
Where are we going?
A very popular flight
What kind of flight?
from Los Angeles.
Spirit or Delta?
Delta.
I've only flown Spirit because I'm poor.
Well, we got money on this
Delta
plane.
should be a.
Sponsor? Yeah, Delta, if you're listening, sponsor the Gridiron Goon.
I mean, it's
Doesn't
not a
hurt
bad
to try.
idea.
doesn't hurt to try.
Hashtag Air Miles.
So let's hop on that Delta flight from Los Angeles to Chicago. The Bears.
Da Bears.
The Bears. They're trying to protect Caleb Williams better this upcoming season.
No expense to protect Caleb.
Well, you had the Jonan Jackson traded from the Rams. Did I
Yep.
say that right?
I didn't.
Yeah,
do
you said
that.
it right.
Yeah, 2025 6th-round
Yep.
pick to the Rams. And then a 2026 4th-rounder to the Chiefs for Mr. Tooney.
I'm gonna tell you right
I like
now.
that.
The Bears made out like some wet bandits, bro. Like holy shit.
Especially if they get Genty in the draft.
They're not getting
Yeah,
Genty
they're
in the
not getting
draft. You fucking psycho.
I mean, well,
If they do,
Well,
I'm
let's-
trading out of the 1-1.
I mean,
Chicago can trade too.
listen,
and move up.
I'm about sick of this.
I mean, Chicago could do it.
Chicago's ass.
Okay.
Always have been.
Just because it's Caleb Williams there.
Will be.
Oh, that's right, because the Packers own the
Oh,
Bears.
See, I wasn't even going there. It's just the Bears are ass.
Oh, well, the Packers own the Bears, so. All right.
The Bears have never had a 4,000-yard quarterback.
We
Ever.
got anything else on these two deals that Sean, what's your thoughts?
If you can,
I like the Tooney pick. I said that at work today.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like, or not the pick, but the trade.
Yeah.
but here's the
And I really like it, not just for Caleb, but I like it for DeAndre Swift too. Now, guys, let's not forget. I don't know, a few years ago when Swift was in Detroit, had his best year. Who was his offense coordinator?
Glenn.
Ben Johnson.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But who also
out.
didn't want him as his running back a few years after that?
Was it Johnson?
Yes.
Look, man, I just know if you can get Pro Bowl player for a next year 4th round, that's insanity. Jerry Jones needs to learn how to trade because holy shit, these other people are just
So is Kansas City targeting one of the top offensive linemen in the draft?
gotta assume.
Have to.
But how can you get that pick with the 31st pick? How are you gonna get that
They can
good of a
trade,
lineman?
man. They can
They're
trade
not
up.
gonna.
They ain't gonna.
They ain't trading.
They
up.
ain't trading them. Anyhow.
Anyway,
Some other news. Sam Hubbard, defensive end for the Bengals, has announced that he's retiring.
dude, I feel bad. He was only 29. He was solid. I'm not gonna sit here and say he was top 10, but that dude was good. I liked him.
Better than Myles Garrett?
No,
We'll talk about him in just a few minutes.
I thought we moved to him.
not yet.
Not yet.
Oh,
We got another Sam to deal with first.
okay.
But before we get to that Sam,
Oh.
because that Sam opens up a little bit more can of worms too.
Ew.
Let's talk about Mr. Kelsey, Travis.
I like
Go
that
ahead.
about her.
So this is quote. I just feel like there's a responsibility in me to play out my contract that I initially signed, to give Kansas City and the Chiefs organization everything that I got, and that's what I'm going to do. Man. End quote.
I believe it or not, I actually agree with this. It's like one of the first things I've heard dudes say that I fully agree with.
Wait, preacher, did you add in the man, or was that an exact quote?
No, that's exact end quote.
just
is
left
man.
it
off.
End quote.
He had a hell of a pause. We
Yeah.
don't know what was happening. But anyway, I respect that.
I mean,
It's probably the only thing he's ever said that I respect.
I guess at least you know if you have him, how much longer you have him on your fantasy roster.
Gil's got him.
Well, I have a feeling that if you have Travis Kelsey right now and you heard that and your whole entire league heard that, I don't think anybody's going to want him. And so you're going to have to ride with him until he
you gotta ride or die,
retires.
for sure.
So,
You know what? If you have Kelsey, this would be the year to target a tight end. This draft is deep with stellar tight ends. I'm talking deep.
Like Big X's voice deep?
I'm talking deep.
He's like, "Arr."
Sean's like, hey, this draft fit.
This is one of the best tight end classes to come.
Okay.
So it's better than Trey McBride, Dalton Kincaid, and Laporta?
I said one of the best to come.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I was just wanting to see where your
It's
head was
deep.
at.
It's good. It's really good.
Like what Perk Angle was saying? He was like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm damn good."
Yes.
Okay.
Well, speaking of him,
Perk Angle?
Kurt Angle.
Yeah, Perk Angle.
What's up with Cena turning heel?
Whoa.
That's for the end. Stay for the end.
Yeah, bonus
Good idea.
footage on that one.
Bonus footage at the end for John Cena turning heel.
Well, let's get into the Sam that we were going to talk about now. Good old Sam Darnold.
I can't wait to see what happens there.
Doesn't get franchise tagged by the Minnesota Vikings.
Right.
Go ahead.
His franchise tag would have been $40 million. So if they didn't tag him, now they can re-sign him for less money.
So the initial reports is that they didn't tag him because they want to sign him to a longer contract. But that very easily could be a front to say, hey, yeah, we don't want to sign him, but we might want to get rid of him. And there are plenty of teams. Now, granted, J.J. McCarthy,
Let's go.
injuries, and hasn't played yet. So, do you want him there, or do you want to move on to J.J. McCarthy?
If I'm a Vikings fan, I want Darnold for 2 years. And I want him cheap for 2 years.
No. Let's not forget, they also have Danny Dimes on the roster.
If I hear one more fucking thing
Listen.
about these professional sports analysts saying that they are intrigued by where Daniel Jones is going to go, I'm going to fucking lose it.
Okay, listen. So, hear me out. I have an idea.
Oh, fuck.
All right. So, you get rid of Sam Darnold because you don't. If your thought process was going to go through J.J. McCarthy, you got him in the draft. You got him early. You went for him, right? There's only one solution to this problem. Would you like to know the solution?
I'd like to hear it.
All right. So, there has to be a prophetic event that happens. So, there is a particular quarterback in the league that has been told that he is no longer going to be on this team. And it seems fitting to follow in the footsteps of his dad, Brett Favre,
Yes!
and Aaron Rodgers.
Love it.
Signs a 1-year deal with the Minnesota Vikings.
Begging you, Aaron.
And then next year, J.J. McCarthy takes over.
I
Or
fully
2026.
You know what? That's not a terrible idea.
Like, think
what I
about
said.
it. Because if you want to look at the way the NFL, okay, there's talks he goes to the Giants. Well, does the Giants really want to push back 1 year to get a quarterback in 26? I don't really.
No, they're taking one this year, and they're going to have Rodgers train him.
I don't think that only works in Green Bay.
Yeah, they're. What are you talking about? They make their quarterback sit for 3 years in Green Bay. You know that.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, sitting behind a quarterback only works in Green Bay. It hasn't worked anywhere else.
I get that argument.
Think about it. Hasn't worked anywhere else.
Trubisky was still ass, and he sat behind Tom Brady. So I get it. I do
So
get it.
let's get real. So Aaron Rodgers to the Minnesota Vikings fulfills the prophetic of, quarterbacks of Green Bay because they go to New York and then they go to Minnesota. But then on top of that, you're still going to use J.J. McCarthy in 2026.
Yeah, that's a hell of an idea, Preach.
Sam Darnold goes to New York.
Why would you not bring Rodgers in for 1 year, one of the best quarterbacks of all time, and you have a win now team that could get to the Super Bowl?
Right.
Well, it's also because
And JJ learns a whole year from one of the best. That's not a bad idea.
it's not. But also remember, Rodgers is washed.
I'm not saying he's not.
Maybe to help him playing inside.
That's true.
Maybe. I mean,
That's true. That's very
Good.
true.
It's not a terrible idea.
He's
Listen,
guaranteed what? 10 games a season inside? Because you got what? 8 in Minnesota and then 2 in Detroit.
Yes.
Guaranteed 10 at minimum.
At minimum.
So maybe get his old ass out of the cold. We don't need to get into
no, we
specifics.
do actually.
We don't though.
Okay, well, either way, Sam Darnold goes to the New York Giants or the Jets. Okay, stinky either way. But this opens up a can of worms. There's still a quarter. What?
Wasn't he on the Jets? Darnold.
Sam?
Yes.
Yes.
He got drafted by the
He's
Jets.
not going back
Okay,
there.
so he's going to the Giants.
He got drafted by the Jets third
What
overall.
if Sam Darnold goes to Pittsburgh? What happens to Justin Fields? We don't even know what's happening to Justin Fields or
Yes,
Russell
talk
Wilson.
about that later.
The Steelers. Bitch. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Actually,
Can't tell him to go ahead. Cut him off.
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Steelers' main priority is bring Fields back. Re-sign Fields.
It's about time they started thinking with their fucking brain.
Wilson's going to be
Wilson's going to Giants.
good riddance. Have
He's
fun
going to
there.
Giants.
Okay. Well, I guess do we talk about the other guy?
Well, there's speculation that the Steelers want to sign Daniel Jones too.
I heard.
Hey, I'll save you real quick. We'll take a quick break and have a Gridiron Goons t-shirt commercial.
As we take a break from our regularly scheduled program, let me tell you about our shirts. We got the Gridiron Goons shirts. We got the 2 GGs on the front. They usually come in white, but you can get them in any colors you want. For example, this is the San Francisco 49er shirt. It's got the red and the gold. And on the back, let me flip this bitch. We got the whole logo on the back. Crisp, clean, nice. I tell you what, these babies are comfy. Gildans. They run you $20 a pop. And all you got to do is hit us up. We'll get you in touch with the craft jar, or we'll do it all ourselves. It depends how many orders we have. Anyway, man, back to the show.
Welcome back from that Gridiron Goons t-shirt commercial.
Flag
What do you mean?
on Rich Eisen.
Oh,
What about him?
Because Rich Eisen said he wants Daniel Jones to go to the Colts. He said, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested. That I wasn't intrigued by Daniel Jones going to the Colts. Son of a bitch. Why are we still believing? Not that he's a son of a bitch. I didn't mean that. But why are we still talking about Daniel Jones?
he
This
just
guy
needs
is
the right opportunity.
He's certified dog shit. He's terrible. I'm sorry, Daniel Jones. If you see this and you're mad at me, fight me about it. Let's record it. We'll put it on my YouTube channel. Okay? We'll fight about it. It's not a big deal. Here's the thing. You had your moment in the sun. You were the quarterback for what, 6 seasons on the Giants?
5 or 6.
You should have had 2. Okay? You did it. Retire, dude. You're done.
Oh,
Go be a third string
he
somewhere.
could be a serviceable backup.
No, the fuck he's not. Can't read a defense. He can't complete passes. Dude's atrocious. He had Malik Neighbors. Great rookie season. He still couldn't do anything. I don't want to hear it. I don't know why we're ever bringing his name up again. Should be done. Cut dry. End of story. I'm done with my rant.
Just real quick, shout out Rich Eisen, Michigan alum.
No.
I agree. Do me a favor. Cut that portion of the pod. Send that directly to Rich Eisen.
Oh,
Let him know I threw a flag at him.
yeah.
He'll not look at our video, which is fine.
Yeah.
Because, he's more famous than we'll probably ever be, and I get it.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, I hope he sees it. He don't even have to bring it up on his own show. I don't care. I just want him to see that you have some amateurs over here talking about why the fuck are we still talking about Daniel Jones?
He's a serviceable backup.
Does anybody know what Rich Eisen's 40 time was this year?
He didn't do it yet.
What? I thought he did it every year at the Combine.
No.
Maybe he decided to hang up the gloves.
Just like Daniel Jones today.
Absolutely.
Oh.
I have no ill will toward Rich Eisen, and I know it might have sounded that way, but son of a bitch, I just can't deal with it. I can't deal with the Daniel Jones might just be better if you put him somewhere else. He's terrible.
We've seen it time and time again. A change of scenery does people good.
Oh, yeah. Look at Sam Darnold. He did really good. Up until it counted.
That might have lost him some money there.
Yeah, that's why they didn't tag his ass. Because they knew he was about to make $50 million a year if it wasn't for them last 2 games.
All right. Well,
Sorry, man. I had to
it's
do
okay.
that.
Trade rumors.
I love that.
A little reckless speculation and some trade rumors, too. Let's start with the first one.
What's that?
The Browns.
Ooh.
Myles Garrett. Is he coming back to the Browns?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's unfortunate.
because
I hope not.
I hope not.
They're not letting him go.
Unfortunately.
I mean, how do you let go of Hall of Fame talent? Say whatever you want. He's Hall of Fame talent.
Okay. So if you're Myles Garrett and you don't get traded, which of the 2 options would you go for? 1, would you play this year lights out, knowing you're going into 2026 as a free agent? Or 2, you say, screw Cleveland, I'm going to pull the man who perfected it for the past 2 years in Cleveland and says, I'm hurt every week they play a
No.
really good offense,
No.
and say, forget it.
Miles ain't that guy.
Do you
He'll
sit
play.
out?
Miles is a class act.
Yes.
Just like we've been praising from other people. Like I was shouting out Mike Evans for playing through his. He's a class act. I hope he plays hard, plays like he wants to be there. Because you know what? At the end of the day, you signed a contract, and they deserve to have that contract fulfilled if they want. Now, I hope that the Browns trade him, but I don't see it happening. I wish they would, though.
Yes.
I'd love to see him go to maybe not even a contender, just not the fucking Browns, dude. Somewhere else, anywhere else.
Okay. Let's go with the Brandon Ayuk trade rumors. Sean, you want to take this one?
You should.
Yeah, it was shortly, maybe a day after, maybe even later on that evening after the Debo news broke. They are taking fielding calls for Ayuk as well.
What do you feel about that?
I feel very good about that.
Why?
I think I was telling you or Tara, somebody.
Well, they didn't hear.
I'd like to see Jennings as my 1, Ricky as the 2, and I'm very confident with that.
I'm not a big a fan of Ricky as you are, but I like Jennings. I think he can be a stud. I'm not going to sit here and preach he's a top 10 guy, but he's top 20.
And if we do trade Ayuk, who's to say we don't bring Devontae in? He said he'd play in San Francisco. He wants to go to a contender. Cooper Kupp.
That's another rumor, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I think right now for your 49ers, I think your team is in a position to 1, become younger,
Yeah.
right? And 2, maybe change the culture of what had been, right? Because if you got rid of Debo, you get rid of Ayuk, now you can install a different culture with a younger talent. You have, your backfield, which CMC and Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason proved last year that he's a good number 2.
Let me stop you real quick. We are actively fielding calls and taking we'll trade to trade Jordan Mason. Teams are calling us.
Let me add one more thing. John Lynch said himself they're willing to trade almost anybody because of their cap situation.
Yeah.
They would take calls on anybody.
Yeah.
And Jordan Mason could easily go and be a 1 somewhere.
He could be a 1
He
on
led the
probably
league
half the teams.
in rushing last year for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
49ers are at $33 million with $65 million dead cap right now.
The only problem with that number is they have to re-sign Purdy.
Right. But I mean, that with a $65 million dead cap.
And
Thinking about Purdy.
it helped us with real quick about the Debo trade. People are like, "Oh my God, how did we only get a fifth round pick for Debo?" Which is true, we did. But Washington also took the whole contract down.
Dude, all $18 million. They took all of it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Wow.
That definitely helps.
That helped them so much.
So, let's just play the if game. What if Mason gets traded? Mm-hmm. So, what do you think would be an active, fair offer for Mason right now?
Oh, buddy, I don't.
Well, he gives you no cap hit
Right.
at all. And he's proven he could probably be a top 10 guy with the right team.
A desperate need team that needs a running back?
Yeah.
Could you get a 2? No, maybe a 3?
I would say a 3 or a 4. I would definitely say he's worth a 3 or a 4.
Okay.
Because he's young and he's good.
The only problem with getting like a 2 would be he only showed that greatness for a couple games. Because then CMC came back, they were sharing the load. Then Garendo popped his head in the mix and said, hey, I can do it too. And then it kind of takes away from Mason saying, is it just the O-line in the scheme or is it the player?
I think it's Mason because if you watch him, that dude
I
is a
agree.
dog and runs hard.
I agree.
Cut Elijah Mitchell. He needs to get rid of that dude. Go C-Mac, Garendo.
Okay.
And also, speaking of this year's draft class, running back is deep. I'm talking deep.
So tight ends are deep and running backs are deep.
Absolutely.
Quarterbacks are weak.
Yes.
This is a very weak year for
All right.
quarterbacks.
Well, where do we want to go from here? We got the Brandon Ayuk rumors.
We want to stay in San Francisco because the 49ers offered Brock Purdy $45 million per year for his contract. We don't know what's going on with that. I assume there's going to be
More to come
negotiations.
starting Monday.
But fans have reacted, and they said, quote, that is a smack in the face. I completely disagree. I think the quarterback market is super inflated. I think it needs to come back down to reality, and I think Brock Purdy is worth $45 million. Mm-hmm. And he's still a great quarterback, not dogging him. I just think quarterbacks are being paid too much, and I kind of hope he does settle around that 45 range.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him hit 50. I don't.
No, you're talking Come on, you're talking
Right.
Burrow, Allen money.
Like, no offense to you.
Definitely not Dak money.
Right, and Dak's getting paid more than Burrow.
But he did just
Mahomes.
restructure his contract.
He did, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He was getting paid $60 million a year. That's more than any quarterback in the league. And if you guys aren't hearing me correctly, Burrow, Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, he makes more than all of them. Dak Prescott. Jordan Love is sitting up there with them. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's not worth that kind of money.
He's definitely not worth that kind of money.
So it's well overinflated. Everybody wants to be the next highest paid. It's a bad thing going on right now. That's why the NFL had upped the salary cap again this year. I believe it went up by $25 million.
It went up a lot.
That's a lot. Think about it. You can get Saquon for what it just went up for.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So I'm hoping it comes back down a little bit, comes off of that high horse.
Dude, I'm telling you. Monday is going to be so great.
Yeah.
We're going to do a special show, bro. It's going to be so much shit coming through.
Yeah. Next week's episode is going to be fucking loaded. And there's one guy we didn't talk about.
I realized that.
Mm-hmm.
We did not talk about T. Higgins with his franchise tag. So
Second year in a row.
yeah. So, I mean, you know what? Before we get into any other trade rumors, might as well let's talk about it.
Yeah.
It's a great thing for Cincinnati.
Yes.
Look, Cincinnati, 2 wide receivers that they support very well. You know, T. Higgins, it was talked about this whole past season. Does T. Higgins go somewhere? Does he get out of Cincinnati? You know, last year it kind of sounded like he wanted to leave. And then this year, they worked with him. They worked really well with Jamar Chase. And, you know, we were all talking come preseason. I'm sure everybody that's listening had the conversation with their friends. What's going to happen with Joe Burrow? Because he's coming off an injury, and is he going to be able to support both of them? Is somebody going to get mad? What's going to happen? And what didn't they finish in the top? Didn't T. Higgins? Well,
They had
it
a
wasn't
great
like
season. Both of
20
them had
or
a great
15.
Burrow, if there was
Yeah.
like 5,000
So, I mean-
yards, 40 touchdowns.
Dude, we're talking about the Triple Crown guy in Cincinnati with Chase. I mean, T. Higgins signing franchise or with a franchise tag, staying for another year. I think that continues to put Cincinnati in position to be a contender.
Yes.
Every year.
And if Chase Brown can stay on his role, now they have a run game.
Mm-hmm.
All they have to do is work on their defense.
They need to draft all defense,
100%. All
100%.
7 fucking rounds. Like,
especially with losing Hubbard.
maybe snag an offensive lineman during that because they had to let go of Alex Kappa, which
Yes.
also had the triple crown of most sacks allowed, most pressures allowed. Insanity. But for everybody that's mad at the Bengals for T. Higgins for franchise tagging him because they say he's being done dirty, he's getting $26 million to be franchise tagged. That's a lot of money. That is $4 million away from Justin Jefferson money. Mm-hmm. The only problem that you should have with that is it's not longer term. Because is he worth $4 million less than Justin Jefferson? Not really. He's a great wide receiver.
Yeah.
But could you see him near 30? No. Can you see him more towards 20? Yeah. 20, 22 mil a year is kind of where I see T. Higgins. So, in my opinion, they're kind of overpaying for him without hitting their salary cap as much. So, I think, coming out of next year, let's say since he wants to keep him, they'll sign him for a 3-4 year deal, keep him till his 30th birthday or maybe 31st, and he'll be probably making 20 mil a year. So, for everyone that's mad, I think you're overreacting a little bit. I think it's a really good thing for T.
Yes, I mean,
And since he did want to stay in Cincy, now he's got a minimum 1 more year.
yeah.
So I agree.
He's not getting done too dirty.
I don't think
the realm of things. Still making good money.
Yeah.
His quarterback's Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
He plays opposite Jamar Chase, who gets most of the coverage. So he can just go out there and ball, man.
Yeah.
Put up numbers.
When you got Jamar getting covered by PS2, who
Yeah.
you got? Nobody. Go out there and fucking ball out.
And he does. He
Yeah.
does. Game in, game out.
Even when he's got the good corner on him, he's still balling out. T's a hell of a wide receiver. They've got probably the best duo in the league. They're next to Evans and Godwin. They're next to A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. They're right there. That duo's fucking insane. Especially when you put the QB into the combination. Shit.
You know who would be a great option
Oh.
for the Bengals to pick up or to trade for? J.C. Horn.
I agree.
Let's go.
Panthers. Putting him on the trade block.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be a great solution for
100%.
cornerback.
That was a shocking
Dude,
one.
he's
to
a
me.
fucking dog. But I'm good. Get him out the South. Fuck you talking about?
I mean,
Go to the Bay.
What bay?
what bay?
My bay or your bay?
My bay?
His bay?
My bay.
We've all
My
got
bay.
bays.
We got 3 bays here, bud.
Yeah, but if you really think about it, it's only 2.
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Bay's in our name.
Yeah. Yours is made up.
Yeah.
You're just
Is it though?
It is,
It
though.
is.
Yeah.
Oakland, San Francisco. Is there a bay area at all? No.
I don't know.
Green Bay, Tampa Bay.
Is there?
Well, it's technically Tampa.
San Francisco
Actually, you
Bay.
know what?
Oh, no.
There is only one because Tampa is technically only Tampa, Florida. It's not Tampa Bay. I know your team's Tampa Bay, but there's only one bay, and that's Green Bay.
It's called Tampa Bay.
It's Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, but the water is the bay.
Same with the San Francisco.
We're
49ers,
named Tampa
the
Bay.
Bay. No, well, your name is, but you're not technically. It's not called Tampa Bay, Florida. It is called Green Bay, Wisconsin. So, anyhow,
what?
You know what? Yeah. See, exactly. Speaking about Green Bay, Wisconsin, there's another player that is trade rumors that could be connected to the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, DK Metcalf.
Let's go.
Send him.
DK Metcalf, trade one of our young star wide receivers. I mean, we have 18,000 young wide receivers.
And
in
he's
our
going to
back
wear
line.
the 0.
Get rid of Romeo Dobbs.
Davian Wicks.
Earlier we were saying Wicks on the phone on our
Right.
phone call. I changed it up. Get rid of Dobbs. Why?
Get
'Cause he
rid
was-
of Watson. You can't stay healthy for nothing.
Get rid of Dobbs. He was the only one crying about not getting the ball.
That's
Dobbs
true.
wears the Guardian cap.
Give a fuck.
That's true. All right.
Oh,
Hey.
Harp.
Well, that's kind of the trade
Mascot.
rumors here. There's a lot of guys that were released today.
Well, they're gonna be released.
Well,
on Monday.
yeah, Monday. But Devontae Adams.
More to come.
Devontae Adams.
Do you know why he was released?
Why?
Because the Jets were trying to trade him. Do you know he had a $38 million cap hit?
Oh, no.
That's the worst structured contract I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Harper.
$38 million cap hit?
that's what Rodgers wanted.
That's only the Patriots can afford that shit.
And that's a team speculated he could go to.
Yeah, and now they still don't have to spend that kind of money.
Tyler Lockett.
Yes.
Hawks released him. Jaguars are planning to release Christian Kirk.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And then, as Evo would say, Uncle Rico.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew.
Minshew
I
released.
can throw a football over them mountains.
Actually,
Tennessee. He's going to Tennessee.
No, he's not.
No, Daniel Jones is going to Tennessee.
Oh,
I wanted to have a homecoming back to Indianapolis.
Oh.
He's one of the best backup quarterbacks not named Joe Flacco in NFL history. And if there's a team that needs a fucking good backup, it's the Colts.
This is
Danny
our
Dimes.
Colts.
Not Danny Dimes, Rich Eisen.
This is our Colts.
no.
We're not getting on that.
This is our
We're not
team.
bringing that back.
We bleed
No.
blue.
Terry says that's
Put it in the comments below. Does the fart and the toilet sound the same?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think it's wildly different, but Terry
Terry.
swears that they're the same.
He's not even here.
No.
Where is he?
He hasn't been here in months since that exorcism.
Oh.
But anyway.
Anyhow. Minshew. And then we have Slay, Bradbury, Whitehead, all released.
Yep, secondary issues. Here's the deal. The Eagles releasing Darius Slay and James Bradbury. You know what that tells me?
What?
They are so confident in their rookies from this year that they said, we don't need the veterans anymore.
no. Yeah. No.
Take away their pay.
I get it.
We'll spend it on somebody else. I think I disagree with getting rid of both. I would like to keep one veteran around. Preferably the cheaper one, which, assuming would be Bradbury, right? Just because young guys get riled up pretty quick. They tend to stay hot. And, sometimes you need a veteran to be like, hey, man, calm down.
Yeah.
And that I don't know what their cornerback room looks like now.
Really good with two rookies.
Well, no, I'm saying just the depth of it in general.
right.
But, they need a veteran in there. A good team loves the guy, that kind of deal to keep them all going. What do you got?
A little bit of breaking news.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, I mean, I if you're a football fan, I think we all seen this coming. But today, Tank Dell went through ACL surgery.
Okay.
And he is going to miss the 2025 season.
We saw it coming.
Yep.
And that's so sad. We like Tank here.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We all like to respect Tank. He's a hell of a receiver for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Totally
unfortunate. He was doing good, too. He was starting to emerge,
Yeah.
Do we... let's plug the... You know what? Let's plug the Combine real quick. Because we haven't even talked about the Combine, and we're almost 49 minutes into
It's going to be
this
another
podcast.
long episode, boys.
So, couple things. Combine, Sean, you're kind of like that Combine genie here, man. Like, what was your thoughts on the Combine this year?
I have one big thought that sticks out,
Okay.
and it's Shedeur Sanders.
What about him?
So by not participating in any of the drills, it really hurt him.
Yeah.
And then it come out, how all the players go through their interviews with the teams, the scouts, one scout come out of the interview saying he's very cocky and arrogant, and that's not a good fit. And that personnel of that specific team said he's probably going to drop.
Where'd you get that from?
I think we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Dion, but he's very arrogant. But I like Dion. But it's not a good look.
No.
Not a good look. There's one quarterback that I'm really hoping you talk about just to kind of piss Preacher off. I'm not gonna lie.
Will Howard?
Will
Yeah,
Howard?
please, I'm begging you.
He threw mallards.
He did? Double whammy.
Double whammy. Yeah, he threw mallards. Listen, I
It was so bad. He's ass, bro.
listen, dude. So I like to try to defend quarterbacks in the. Solo. All right. Well, I like to defend quarterbacks. You typically in combine because sometimes they're not throwing to who they're used to throwing to. Sometimes they are. You can't always necessarily just go based off of one, small sample size. You got to look at the whole entire career. But man, Will Howard came into this not really. He wasn't even like he was gonna be a top quarterback in this year's draft.
Now where is he?
I really hope he's at least a day 2.
But
I have a feeling it's gonna be like a day 3 quarterback.
Hell no.
It wouldn't surprise me if Will Howard is Mr. Irrelevant.
I don't think it'll go
Listen,
quite that far.
I'm
He'll
not
be around
saying
the
sell
Dak
the
pick.
farm, but man, he did not help himself.
No.
And if you really look at the tape for the last, especially the college football playoff run, he played really, really good. They turned it around after that Michigan loss. They did really good. But then you go to the combine, and there was reports, right, that he was did you hear the reports that he was throwing in the parking lot of his hotel at like 11 o'clock
In the
at night?
parking garage,
In
yeah.
the parking garage. While I love the effort and love I'm going to do my best to work myself into, higher up in the draft class and stuff, when you have the opportunity to perform and you perform like you did, we got
Your
problems.
draft stock just goes
Essentially.
right down the
Yeah.
fucking toilet.
So someone I want to talk about who really we knew his name, but he showed up and he showed out.
And
And who is that?
Jackson Dart.
yes.
Without Cam Ward or Shador Sanders partaking in any activities at the combine, Jackson Dart went out there and blew up. Probably put himself in day 2 talks.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
He
Yeah.
looked phenomenal.
Yes.
Yep.
All them drills, he was just peppering them wideouts right in the numbers.
Yeah. He looked really good.
I mean, jump track for a minute. This will bring you up, Preach. One quarterback I want to talk about that really, really helped himself. Ex-Buckeye, Kyle McCord. Looked really good at the combine.
Kyle McCord.
Honda McCord? Listen, so
Yes.
I think McCord wasn't the greatest fit for Ohio State. I think he was a decent quarterback. I think him going to Syracuse provided him probably less of a stout talent pool that he had to go up against. Defensive wise, not to say that the ACC doesn't have talented defensive players, but I think when you were facing, Michigan's defense last year, Penn State's defense, when you're playing teams like that consistently over and over in your career, the Big Ten I think has really great defense. Going to the ACC, I think it was a tier down. And so he was able to perform a little bit better in Syracuse. Now, did he throw the ball interception-wise? a whole.
Jesus.
Oh, jeez. Did
Really,
he throw?
man?
Come on, dude. We
It's
usually
usually Sean.
yell at Sean, but it's you.
sorry. I'm a my bad.
He did throw a whole bunch of interceptions, though. So that's obviously a concern. But combine-wise, this was the most watched combine since 2017. Day 3, the quarterback, wide receiver, running back averaged a 484,000 viewers. It was the most watched day 3 on record, up 21% from last year. And day 4 Sunday offensive line coverage was up 22% from last year. It is the highest since 2020.
I'm telling you, next year we should go. It's right down the street. No one's hardly there. It would be fun to go to.
I agree.
It would be fun to go
in.
to. Also, combine news-wise, the Browns have the number 2 pick. Listen, I saw this. They were hosting top prospects, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, and Shadur Sanders today.
Yeah, they both were like,
This was
"No."
Wednesday, by the way. Wednesday as we record the episode. So,
It is.
yeah. Today, they were hosting them. So,
Ugh.
yeah. Which, I don't know why you'd want Shadur when you've got,
Deshaun?
Watson. Yeah.
And Winston.
I don't think Deion would let him go to. I'll be honest. I don't.
Would he walk up there and be like, "Yeah, I'm not doing it"?
He's gonna pull a Arch Manning with Eli.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, no.
No. All right. Well, let's get into free agent talk here because we got a lot of them. Sorry.
Is that it from the combine?
Is there anything else from the combine?
I'd like to speak.
Yeah.
A couple.
Oh yeah, go
things
ahead.
here.
Sorry.
Do you want to handle some wideouts and I'll handle some running backs? Because I know a little bit more about the running backs than I do the wideouts.
Yeah.
All right. So, one player that really stood out to me, and no, it's not just because of his 40 time. I'm going to butcher his name. I'm sorry. Bayshul Tutton? What is it?
Tootin. You're good.
I was close enough?
Yeah.
My bad, bro. Anyway, it's not just his 40 time, but it is impressive. It's a 4.32. The 10-yard split was a 1.49. But these are the two that stand out to me. The vertical jump was the highest in the class at a 40.5. And the broad jump was the highest in the class with a 10-foot, 10-inch. That tells me that he's got the strongest legs in the class. And for me, that's a huge upgrade. Because at running back, you want them strong legs to push you through blocks. The only problem I have with him, because I watched some tape, ball security is an issue. This guy must eat popcorn before every game. He's got to learn to hold on to that ball.
Oh.
That's his only problem that he has, in my opinion. Another one that Preach has brought up in the past being Amarian Hampton.
That's Preacher's guy.
I don't have a first round pick to go get him, so.
Right, so grow up. I was watching him go. He had the same broad jump as Bayshul. He is a little slower with 4.46 40 and a 1.54 10-yard split. But I mean, it's close enough. I like the guy, but I don't see what you saw in him. But he did also stand out for me. But you're talking like he's up there with Genty.
Well, I think for me, I had to look at the fact when I traded you for the 1-1 for that, the Garrett Wilson, Jalen Hurts trade. I knew I wasn't getting him, right? I wasn't getting Genty because you're taking him at the 1-1, as you've been saying all winter, all offseason.
I'm not lying either.
So, I pivoted to who I thought was my second best player. I also was playing a little gamesmanship with Sean O'Mac because I didn't know where Sean was going to go. And at the time, Meth Headketh has the 1-2 and Sean has the 1-3.
Yes.
And I had the 1-4, what is it?
time.
1-4, 1-5, and 1-4, 1-6, 1-7.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I got the
What's
1-7.
it? Or Irregardless.
Either way.
Take it easy.
Irregardless. So I was trying to play a little gamesmanship because as much as I do want Omarion Hampton, there's another guy that I would have wanted. No.
Okay.
That would have been my boy, Travion Henderson.
Had a killer combine.
Yeah, he did
Correct.
really good.
So now since I'm not in the first round,
You can definitely speculate as much as you want.
I'm gonna kind of throw out what my thought process here was. I was originally gonna take the combo pairing of Travion and Quinshawn because two things. Not just because I'm an Ohio State fan. There's was a little bit something I saw this year in both players. Now, Travion's a really good up the gut power running back. Quinshawn's a very good end around. He's got, if he gets the speed, he's gone, and he's got speed. Both of them have speed, both of them have power. But there's one thing that separates the two of them from everybody else in the college football landscape. They both worked this past season as a combo.
Yes.
They saved time, wear and tear on their body, and learned how to play the game of football not as the number one. All the rest of these guys, what are they on their team? They are the number one running back on their team. And they're going to have to go walk in a room where they may not be the number one.
Right.
Look at Detroit. You have 1 and 2, which is almost like a 1A, 1B combo. But look at Bucky in Tampa, right?
He filled the two
He
role
filled the
until,
two role.
until it was
Right.
time for him to take the one
Right.
role.
So what happens when these guys show up and they're not, granted, a lot of these guys are going to go into being the number one role
Yeah.
in most cases. But what sets Quinshawn and Travion is that they do know how to, when it's my time to play, I have to play. And that was how it was in Ohio State this whole entire year. There's many plays where Travion would run 40-yard touchdown. Next drive, Quinshawn would say, yep, I see that, and runs a 45-yard touchdown.
Yep.
Because they're like, I'm only getting 50% or 40% of the snap share. I got to prove myself. So I originally was going to actually go plan on getting Quinshawn and Travion in the first round. Now that I'm not in the first round, that's not going to happen. But yeah, dude, that was kind of my whole thought process.
So-
and then I was going to probably get the best available player with the last first round pick that I had.
Yeah.
So if you take Genty out of the class, okay, he's not there no more. What's crazy is Ohio State's Henderson and Judkins are the 1 and 2 for athleticism ranks from all the combine scores that they put together. I was always high on Judkins. I was higher on him than I was Henderson after the combine. Seeing that they're still basically identical, really, I'm still on the Judkins train just because I like his game a little bit better. One of you two, and I can't remember who it is, likes the Caleb Johnson out of Iowa. What one is that?
That's me.
It's Sean.
Okay. What did you think after the combine? Because in my opinion, kind of shit the bed. He did not have a good showing. at the
No, he
combine.
didn't. He might lost himself out on some money by dropping.
Yeah,
He had a terrible combine.
terrible. Now, we're going to talk about one more running back before I hand you the ball so you can talk about some wideouts. And no, we're not talking about everybody, just a couple that I want to talk about. Cam Skattebo.
Mm-hmm.
His stock it just fell. I don't know if it's because he didn't do a 40, because a lot of
he's
the times...
hurt. That's why he didn't participate.
Right, the only thing he did is the jumps. And a 39.5 in a vertical and a 10.3 in a broad. Still pretty good. He
Yeah.
was the third highest for the vertical, but he was, I want to say he was 10th in the broad jump. It's still not that bad. But we know what kind of player he is, so we know he's strong anyway. Because here's the thing, is his athleticism score for the combine was 21st. It's not good.
Right.
But his production score, which, has his college career and everything else, was the second best. It was right under Genty. So it's not always the athleticism that gets these guys what they're going. Now, does it help at the NFL level? Abso-fucking-lutely it does. But at the end of the day, if you've got the mindset to just keep trucking, you're going to make shit happen. But, so I'm sitting here with 2 first-round picks in the 2-1. I know that with my 1-1, I'm taking Genty. I'm trying to move to the 1-2.
What did he say about that?
He's still thinking about it. I guess Preacher would say he's mulling it over.
No.
We don't use the word mull around this bitch.
Listen, I used it for one trade period.
How many times did you say it, though?
Oh, too many. I lost
Anyway,
count.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
I feel like I can't take Scadaboo at the 2-1.
I
I believe in the
want,
guy.
man.
No, I believe in the guy. But let's just play the game with me, and Judkins is still there at the 2-1, and so is Scadaboo, and I don't have any other picks. I'd be stupid to take Scadaboo. That, like, value-wise, that's fucking dumb. So, I'm trying to trade for either a late second, an early third, something, and hope Scadaboo's kind of there. But you never really know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it is what it is, but just know that...
Are you going to put a clock on Meth Head Kev's trade?
Eventually. It'll probably be after the pro day, though. I'm going to let him actually think about it. One of the only times I've ever let anybody think about a
I was going to say, is your TISM not going to take over and put an hour time limit
no,
on it?
and I think it's because of the value is so low. I'm offering a next year's second. No, I'm sorry. I'm offering my 1-5 and a next year's second for his 1-2. So I'm giving him a second next year, basically, to just trade me 3 spots. I think it's a pretty fair deal myself, but you guys have your own opinions.
I mean,
but on top of that, I do have another trade off for Terry for another next year's second round pick for that 3-1, so I can hopefully snag Scadaboo at the back end. We never know.
interesting.
I'll tell you guys a plan. I don't give a damn.
I mean, I don't have many draft picks
I
left.
fucking
So
ball out. Anyway, that's it for the running backs.
All right, go
Actually,
ahead, Sean.
Genty's the best, though. We'd like to hear about some running backs, Sean.
our wide
Some
receivers.
wideouts?
Yeah, whatever I said.
Come back now.
One name jumps off the board, played himself into the first round, Matthew Golden.
Yes.
Hands down. 4.29, just off the pace set by his ex-teammate from Texas last year, Xavier Worthy. Dude's got a huge catch radius.
Yes.
Precision route running. Killed the combine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, this dude worked himself last Saturday right into the first round.
Yes. I agree. Fully agree, Preach.
Whoa.
What do you
Preach.
think? What say you?
Sure.
Oh.
I'll agree.
That
I'll
was
defer.
ass.
Oh, my bad. That definitely does not sound like the toilet.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Let just
Anyhow,
just let Terry
continue
be
on,
Terry.
Sean. What other wide receivers you got?
Jaden Higgins.
I don't even know who that is.
You will. This dude played him
found him.
to early day 2 from Iowa State. He tall. What do you got there?
He was the 5th best athleticism scorer with a 90. That's solid as fuck.
But I did have one big loser,
Who's that?
Tez Johnson.
Yeah.
So I was unaware of this. The dude, did you know the dude weighs $150?
Yeah. He's a $158.
I didn't know
He
that.
makes Devonta Smith look
I was
solid.
like, oh my God.
Yeah. What?
You didn't realize he was that small?
I knew he was small, but I didn't think he was that small.
154. So let me give you guys a little
Plus-
bit of a. Go ahead.
He ran he ran a 4.5. Preacher.
How tall is he? Does
He
it say?
is 5'10", 154.
Well, that's probably like a 3.5 in reality because he's got the small legs. So I mean,
Okay, I got you.
Here's the deal.
I'm not
Is
saying he's.
behind the scenes of the Goons, they were telling me, because I was asking, who's who am I supposed to be looking for in this rookie draft? And they both said, there's a guy. He's a sneaky pick. He's going to be really good. And I said, who was that? And they said, Tez Johnson. And I was like, oh, okay, because, I didn't know. And I seen a graphic come up on my Facebook the other day, and it said, Devonta Smith, $185, Xavier Worthy, 173. And I was like, okay, where's this going? And at the bottom of that fucking list was Tez Johnson at $154.
I didn't think it was that small. I guess I never really... I don't know. I thought he was bigger.
Dude, he makes Scotty Miller look huge.
Listen,
what are we doing?
Listen, I knew he was that small. Okay, when I said he's a sneaky guy, I was meaning
Literally.
literally. You throw a screen to him and you can't see him because he's hiding behind his line.
You turn sideways, he's a fucking piece of paper. You can't find him. Look, man.
He literally fits behind offensive lineman perfectly.
His athleticism score ranked him 44th with a 64.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't great is an atrocity to say. It was fucking terrible. What else would you like to talk about here? Because I believe that Luther Burden deserves to be talked about.
We don't speak of Luther.
Why not? Do not.
Not again.
Cannot
you
ruin
can't look.
the end of this
you
podcast.
Cannot look.
Why do we not speak of Luther?
You know that's my guy.
I didn't actually know
You
that.
did know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's a stud. He's a beast.
You literally gave it away. I didn't know that. I thought your guy was Caleb Johnson, and I was just trying to play it off. You gave that away. Hell yeah. You see that, guys? Do a podcast. You'll be able to find out what your friends like.
Interesting.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Oh no.
Oh no. To our YouTube audience, if the camera dies, we'll be having audio
us
for
up
the
on
rest of the
Spotify.
time. No, they can watch the rest on YouTube, but it just would be the logo. But it might die here soon. So
Grow up. It's fine. It died last week.
I think that's enough for. Let's. What else you got?
oh. Well, we're going to go into free agent talk, so we'll be here for another 40 minutes.
I know this is a big episode, guys, but this is off-season shit. Like, I don't know what you want us to do here. Like,
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks, so we still... Sam Darnold hasn't.
trash.
Justin Fields.
Great.
Winston.
Awesome.
Wilson.
Terrible.
Trash.
Persett.
Who?
Jacoby.
No!
Solid.
Jimmy G.
Get him out of the league.
Let's.
Danny Jones.
Go ahead, Rich Eisen. Pick him up.
All right. Anybody else?
Those are just the...
That's
QBs?
just, kind of
If I had
No,
my
man.
pick, I'm picking Fields all day long.
This shit ain't gonna get hyped till Monday.
You're right, but we still need
So
to
do
go
we
through
save it to next week's episode?
We might have to have a special episode Monday, dude.
Monday?
It would drop, like, Tuesday, because we'd have to record it Monday
Yeah.
if everything broke.
Yeah. Don't.
Stay
Don't.
here.
Don't look.
here.
It's fine. It's
Everything's
okay.
fine.
It's okay.
Everything's fine.
Do we want to go through the running backs?
Yes.
Okay. Aaron Jones, 30-year-old Aaron Jones.
He's about to not be on the... Really?
This is according to NFL.com, man.
Wow.
This was updated the 5th.
he's
So
a free
Getting rid of-
updated
What?
today.
He's a free agent.
It's updated today at 2:55 p.m.
Wow.
I can't say anything else.
All right,
other
man,
than-
keep going.
All right, man, let's
All
hit.
right. Najee,
He will stay in Pittsburgh, mark my words.
J.K. Dobbins,
Terrible.
Rico Dottle,
Awful.
Well, is he though?
Yes.
Kenneth Gainwell,
I'd rather have him over Dowdle.
Nick Chubb.
Washed. Sorry, buddy. We love you, but hang him up.
Anywhere that stands out for these guys to go. If you're saying
I know
Najee
Najee's
stays,
staying.
okay.
I know he is.
Aaron Jones,
He's not staying.
Sean Jones, where does he go?
Aaron Jones?
Yes.
I think he stays.
Okay.
Resigns from Minnesota.
I can see that.
J.K. Dobbins, where does he go? Stay.
Trash. No.
I think he stays in San Diego.
No.
Okay.
L.A.
L.A.
LA.
Grow up.
Rico Dottle.
Unless they pick a running back in the draft, or obviously they're not going to sign a free agent. He's got to stay. This is all he's got.
Okay. Kenneth Gainwell. Backup.
Stays.
I think he stays.
Okay.
I like that.
Nick Chubb.
I hope he goes to a
retires.
contender.
No, I want him to retire.
Receivers. Number
What?
1. Chris Godwin.
Stays.
Sean.
Goes to New England.
Devontae.
Goes to New
San
England.
Francisco.
No.
31-year-old Amari Cooper.
Stays.
Stays.
Oh, wait. They have no cap space. He's
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
Yeah. I
forgot.
mean, the
They-
Bills are
they're negative.
-9.
Oh, yeah.
So,
He's gone.
Stephon Diggs.
He's not going back to Houston.
No way. They won't let
I
him
don't
back.
know. Honestly, I don't know where he would go.
He also tore his ACL, right?
Yes.
And he's 31.
And he's 31.
Oof. Yeah, I don't know.
Hollywood Brown.
Stays.
Jacksonville.
Really?
Ew.
Darius Slayton.
Ew. Stays.
Stays.
Christian Kirk. We know he's not going to be.
Yep, we know he ain't staying.
he
They're
ain't
releasing
staying.
him.
Where's he going?
Oakland.
Las
There's not
Vegas?
a-
Vegas.
Okay.
I would like to see him in Vegas. Opposite Jacoby. Solid.
Interesting. Yeah.
Gone. He's gone. He's leaving somewhere. Would Debo be in there?
Debo's there. I mean, he's
Shit.
definitely gone.
Yeah.
They have
don't know
a
where he's gonna
whole
go,
lot-
but I know
Oh
he's
my
gonna be
gosh, they have 14
Come on.
guys. All right. Mike Williams.
Retired.
Elijah Moore.
Terrible.
Stays.
Patriots.
Keenan Allen.
Stays.
Not stays.
No, he's
They
not
get
staying in
a-
Chicago.
They get a compository 4th round pick.
D Hop.
Stays.
I think he goes back to Arizona.
Josh Palmer.
I'd like-
Stays.
Hold on. If D Hop is going to have a reunion, I want it to be Texas. Fucking A. I want it to be the Texans. Bad as fuck.
All right. Last one on their list. Deontay Johnson.
No one will take him.
Negative. His XFL.
Yes!
All right. Tight ends. It's only 2 on their list. Mike Gesicki.
Not
Stays.
staying.
Juwan.
They're drafting one.
They're drafting one. This
Okay.
tight end class.
It's deep.
Juwan Jennings. Dumpster fire.
Juwan Johnson
Or sorry, Juwan Johnson.
stays
Stays.
because they're getting rid of Taysom Hill.
Okay. Do we want offensive tackle
Get
it?
out of there. We don't want
Interior.
that. We don't want
One name we didn't say is Cooper Kupp.
that. That is true. Well, he's not a free agent.
Free
They're
agent.
looking to trade him.
Yeah.
Patriots.
What about Khalil Mack?
What about the other?
I think he stays.
Okay. Hanson Reddick.
Hassan?
Hassan. I'm terrible with names.
We know.
Why do I say
Stays.
this?
Yeah.
Sweat.
Stays.
Stays. Good luck with that one.
Malcolm.
Kuntz.
What
Stays.
Agreed.
I'm not even gonna
you
attempt
are.
this guy.
Yes, you are.
Wait, didn't Dale.
Dale.
What's his last name? I'm not messing that up. I already suck at half these names.
Odeingbo.
He's leaving. I don't know where though.
Chase Young.
Chase Young.
Uh,
Whoa! Box.
Aziz.
Aziz.
Yeah.
Ojolari.
Yeah.
He's gonna stay. Yeah, he's staying.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Back to the boys.
yeah.
Dante Fowler.
Ooh, I don't know.
I think he leaves. I wouldn't know where to though.
Interesting. Ooh. Javon Hargrave.
Bye.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn. Just only read the names you can read, I guess.
It's like,
What the
damn.
Here,
fuck,
take
dude?
it over, man. Then
That's Milton Williams. Yeah, that was hard. What are we talking about?
I need a nap.
You do.
Man, we're already going for like an hour and 19 minutes. Well, that was number 1. Javon was number 2. Levi, I don't even want
Anwuzuriki. That one I fucked up. I don't even know who that is. I'll be honest.
I mean, where is he? Is that
I
Detroit?
don't know.
Dan Campbell. Yeah, that's Detroit.
Oh yeah, I have no idea. He's not staying though.
38-year-old. He's number 4 on the list, and we're talking about a 38-year-old.
First of all, you didn't even say his fucking name. It's Calais Campbell. You put some respect on that man's
Turns
name.
39
Calais.
in September.
Whatever.
Turns 39 in September.
Yeah,
We're number
guess
4.
what? Dude's a dog.
Okay. Man. Jaron Reed. Jaron.
That I don't know. I'll be honest.
Leaves.
I don't know.
What about
Tershawn? Martin?
Yeah. What about him? Where's he going?
Seattle.
Staying?
No, I think he's staying.
BJ Hill.
Leaving.
They're gonna have to
Puna
Yeah.
Ford. Puna.
Boone, I think.
Bruno.
I don't know.
DJ Jones.
He's got to stay. I think the Broncos' defense was too good.
Yeah.
Good old Sebastian. Joseph Day.
Joseph Day?
Joseph Day.
Staying.
I agree.
Okay.
Linebacker Zach Bond. He's already signed.
Yeah.
So
So, I mean,
staying.
clearly not.
Who's number 2?
Dre Greenlaw.
Staying.
Do you have the cap? I don't think you have the cap,
staying.
buddy. I don't.
49ers
cap.
is $33 million cap.
You don't have the fucking cap. You gotta
28
pay Purdy.
Effective.
Gotta pay Purdy. No cap.
Has a $32 million dead cap.
There's a cap.
$32 million dead
You're
cap.
gonna be overpaying Purdy. You gotta pay Purdy.
Nick Bolton.
Staying.
Gone.
No, really?
Really?
Seattle.
Why do you keep thinking Seattle's getting all these?
Well, that's because Ernest Jones.
Trash.
What are we talking
That's literally number 4.
as?
He doesn't even have his age on there.
He must be that old. Sean, you go to school with him?
Jeremiah or Jamie and Sherwood.
Ooh, he's staying. He was
Yeah.
pretty fucking good.
Robert Spillane.
Come to the Buccaneers.
Spillane?
Yeah,
Spillane.
I'm gonna say Spillane.
It's Spillane.
It's Spillane.
It's like spill and then ain.
Ain't
E?
Spillane, maybe? Spillane.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Come to the Buccaneers.
Oh,
I fucking love that dude's game.
Kazir White or Kaiser.
Get him out of there. Arizona needs a whole new defense.
Bobby Wagner.
Stays.
retires.
No.
Levante David.
Stays, bitch. What up?
Jarrell Dodson.
I don't know
Stays.
what that means.
Cornerback wise, Carlton Davis,
Come back home.
Stays.
Tre'Davious Ward,
Charvarius. He put a D in there. I might have fucked up LaDainley in.
Jack Marius,
He's
Tech
leaving.
Tricks, DJ Reed,
Leaving.
Leaving.
Brian Murphy,
Byron.
Byron,
Needs to stay.
Asante,
Better stay.
Needs to go to San Francisco.
I
Also-
bet you do.
Paulson.
Paulson
Paulson.
Adebo.
Yeah, Paulson.
What is your problem?
I need it.
All right, guys. From now on, well, after this episode, when we have to read names like this, I got it.
Yeah, I'm not reading it. Continue on. No, continue.
No.
Continue.
You got this.
No, you got this.
That's a pretty easy name for you, I promise.
Christina.
It's Christian.
I know. I listen.
Christian Fulton.
I had to say Christina. I mean, come on. Christian Fulton.
Leaving.
Nate Hobbs.
Staying.
I agree.
Jordan Lewis.
Ooh. Out. I don't know where.
Staying.
No.
In Dallas?
Dude, he ain't staying.
He's. Shout out Michigan. Jordan Lewis.
Jerry Jones is the worst GM in sports besides the Mavericks owner.
Remember you said T-Bone got Laker Mav'd?
You did Laker Mav him. Anyway, he's leaving.
Stephon Gilmore.
Retirement home.
Yes.
Rasul Douglas.
Leaving.
Ooh, he's leaving. I couldn't tell you where, though.
Julian Blackman.
Staying.
Yes.
Mike Hilton.
Staying. They're going to sign him.
Mike Johnson.
I don't know who that is.
Former Seahawks, Carolina.
Don't know who that is.
Kendall Fuller.
Staying.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, safeties. Javon Holland.
He better stay for their sake.
Travion Morig.
Morig.
He's leaving.
Justin Reed.
Staying. They love him over there. Go ahead.
What?
You got it.
Talona?
Hufanga. He's
Hufanga?
leaving.
He is leaving, unfortunately for you. He's a dog, too. I like him. You know who wants him, right? The Stillers.
Ugh.
Because
Yeah.
he does private workouts with Troy Polamalu.
Palamu's his uncle.
Well, whatever, man.
The
Irregardless.
Steelers also want Danny Dimes.
So does Richard. Oh, the fucking camera's dead.
Oh, no.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
Byram!
Bynum.
Oh,
Cameron Bynum
okay.
stays.
Yeah.
Jeremy Chin.
Well, you got that
Staying.
one, huh? Staying.
Justin Simmons.
Better
Staying.
stay. I bet that's
And
it.
that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Anyway, where's Devontae going to go to? You know where I want to see him go?
New England.
I do. I'll tell you why, though. Because we both, me and you for sure, Sean, but I don't know if you did too, but we liked Jalen Polk a lot. And he was extremely underwhelming. I would like to see Devontae get in there, shake things up, maybe get them younger guys some much needed attention.
Some veteran leadership, if you will.
Because we really enjoyed Jalen Polk, and he wasn't
Yes. He just never got his opportunity.
in DK. Are we both just saying the Packers? Because that's where I'm at. I've been there.
No,
ever
that's
since I
the
heard it.
reports I'm seeing from all my sources.
I've been saying that.
Preach.
Listen, I think DK Metcalf to the Green Bay Packers would probably be the smartest idea for Green Bay. You get rid of a very young wide receiver core to actually have a number one. Green Bay has a whole lot of issues with their wide receiver. Listen, Christian Watson, we thought he was going to be the number one.
Ass.
Jaden Reed, we thought he was going to be the number one.
Pretty good.
Romeo Dobbs, was he going to be the number one?
Crybaby.
Datavian Wicks, I mean,
Thug.
Solid.
That dude's legit.
Solid AF.
you know. So, I mean, I guess my question comes, like, what do we do at Green Bay? And I think the answer is to get DK.
I agree.
Because, listen, I can't feel like you go into the draft, right, and grab another wide receiver. It's not. Listen, I mean, there is great talented wide receivers, but you don't need a negative like a young wide receiver, you know?
No.
So it's like, what are you going to do?
Bring some veteran in there. And he's a young veteran, too.
I mean, I've said all along, T. Higgins to Green Bay would have been a great option. T. Higgins not going to be there, so it is what it is. This is your next best offer.
Another hot mail out there regarding DK as he reunites with his old coach.
in Vegas?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. It's possible.
Well, I want to bring up one more thing before we talk about bonus footage, if you still want to do that.
Jeez,
I
hour
don't
and a
think
half.
so.
in.
Anyway, the Buccaneers need safety help, or I'm sorry, corner help. Slay, take a pay cut. Come to Tampa. We need you. Jamel Dean's a fucking dog, and we would love to have you there as well.
Oh.
I guess we lied earlier. There is going to be no bonus footage because we didn't think this would run this long. I knew it'd be a little long, I'll be honest.
Right.
I didn't think it was going to be another hour and a half. We kind of flubberknocked it.
We
That's
did.
the medical
And that's
term.
okay.
Listen,
It is okay.
Listen, this is the off season, and sometimes we're gonna get off topic, off kilter, longer episodes.
Well, just wait till next Monday.
Listen, maybe we'll end up splitting.
True.
Maybe we can.
We
start
need to split this
splitting
into two parts.
All right. First of all, take it easy. Everyone,
Oh.
let's calm down. Oh, what the fuck?
We've known that's been the case for a long time now. It's now just telling me to plug it in.
Well,
okay?
now it's mega dead.
well,
It was only a little dead. Now it's mega dead. Oh. Anyway, Slay, take a pay cut. Come to Tampa Bay. We need your help over there.
Maybe he just may go lay by the bay.
You're Adam
Greenlaw.
Sandler now.
Yeah.
I would love to have Greenlaw, but
Stop.
It's
It's
not
okay.
your problem.
Alrighty, well, anything else, boys?
I think we're good.
so.
All right, well, hey, I'm Preacher, and it's great to be back.
Sean O'Mac, and Monday is right around the corner.
And this is Brandon, and that's us, the Gridiron Goons, at the Gridiron Goon Studios. And always remember, you too can ask Darius Slay to come to your team if you need him. Fuck it. This is your week.